A former chef and foreign aid worker is using his culinary expertise and activism to spice things up. Ethan Frisch is the co-founder of Burlap and Barrel. It's a company connecting farmers across the world to new markets.
In today's Small Business Spotlight, Frisch shows us how he went from being a New York City chef to an aid worker in Afghanistan and now to a successful entrepreneur.
My name is Ethan Frisch, and I'm the co-founder of Burlap and Barrel. We're a single origin spice company sourcing beautiful spices directly from small farms around the world. I started as a cook. I worked in restaurants in New York City, but I wanted to be an aid worker, so I left kitchens and moved to Afghanistan. And it was really in Afghanistan that I started coming across ingredients I'd never tasted before. I started bringing those spices home, not as a business, just to share with friends in the restaurant industry. The chefs that I had cooked with, who were still working in restaurants, had such a positive response that I started to think maybe there was a business there, maybe there was a way to turn this into something. And we now work with farms in 13 different countries, setting farmers up to export their own spices for the first time. It's never happened before in the history of the spice trade, and the spice trade is one of the oldest industries in the world. By working directly with expert farmers, we're able to tell a really clear story about where something comes from, how something grows, and have somebody taste literally the fruit of that farmer's labor. We have set up a system where farmers can make a lot more money and know exactly where their products are going. I send them pictures of a dish that a chef at a restaurant has made with their nutmeg or their cinnamon. We have a Facebook group for our community, home cooks around the country. And several of our farmers are actually in the Facebook group, so when people post a picture of, the scrambled eggs that they made with our Zanzibar black pepper, the farmers in Zanzibar actually can see those pictures. We want to build this for as long as we can, by ourselves, organic growth, buying small quantities, selling those quantities, using that money to buy larger quantities and building the business that way. Finding expert farmers has become my specialty in the last couple of years. I didn't know anything about this before, but I realized pretty quickly that I had learned certain skills, both as a chef and as an aid worker in Afghanistan, the Middle East, and East Africa, and other places. The combination of those skills put me in a pretty special position. The best conversations are the ones where we show up on the farm and the farmer goes, "What took you so long? I've been waiting for you to show up for 15 years." I bring jars back to show the farmers who grew the cinnamon how it's being packaged, how it's being marketed, that it says right on the front of the jar exactly where it came from. And that's not an experience that most farmers have ever had before. I think a lot of entrepreneurs are really excited to take credit for an idea that they've come up with or something that they've discovered. This business is not about our innovation, it's not about my ability to recognize anything, it's about highlighting a farmer's skill, often honed over generations, to grow something that's absolutely exceptional, and then just figuring out that last step of the supply chain. The hard work is done before we show up.